everyone, and welcome back to another Sims 4 video. We got a little bit of news for today, but first, no face cam. I am sick again. I have a very sore throat, even though it doesn't sound like it this time. Thankfully, I'm not getting laryngitis again. But I want to save all of my energy for the live stream on Friday and for next week. So I'm recording this from my living room again. Let's get into it. Yesterday, Sim Guru Ninja posted this picture, which appears to be a single lot with roughly around 100 potential apartment units on it. And then late in the afternoon, they released a little bit of an FAQ answering some of the questions that we've all been having. So let's get into these. Now, we already know that the new lot type is residential rental, not to be mistaken with a regular rental, like a vacation type rental in regular residential worlds. This is a residential rental, which is what you can build your own custom apartment buildings on. Without cheats, you can have a maximum of 6 units. We learned that a little while ago in that other video. With the cheats, you can increase that unit cap, which makes this image all that much more confusing because it appears as though the cheat is for a single lot, allowing you to increase potentially up to 100 apartments on one lot. But the next thing they say is there are a maximum of 99 units per save. So if this is not a typo, what could this mean? This could potentially mean, assuming again it's not a typo, that if you have all of the packs, now we're only talking residential worlds here. We're not talking destination worlds. You cannot place apartments in destination worlds, only residential worlds. And you cannot place apartments in, you know, this little tree in Foundry Cove in Willow Creek that you can go into and you can get to Sylvan Glade, a magical little area where you can go fishing and stuff. Well, you cannot place rentals on those lots in those hidden worlds either. But everywhere else you can. So if you make 6 unit apartment buildings, you can only have 16 of them all throughout this singular save. Not in one singular world. Like, you couldn't fill New Crest up with all apartment buildings and then go down to Henford on Bagley and also fill this all up with apartment buildings as well. And if you add Tomarang in here, which will show up right here next week, you can have a maximum of 4.5 units per world if you wanted apartments in every single one of these worlds. Now that's not 4 lots, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 singular apartments on a singular lot. So if you go to San Myshuno, these buildings are apartment buildings, and within them, like this one, you have 2 units for every apartment building that you build. Every single apartment you put in that building counts towards that 99 unit limit. So again, that means if you use the maximum number of units per build, which is 6, then you can only have 1 apartment building in 16 of these worlds. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think that this is a typo. I think it means exactly what it says. There are a maximum of 99 units per save, and you can put all of those on a single lot if you really want to, or you can spread them out throughout your entire save file. As a completionist who has literally all of the worlds except Batu, that is somewhat disappointing to me. I had plans, although I will say I don't see myself placing apartments in Magnolia Promenade, for instance. I see this as something of a destination world as well, somewhere where you wouldn't come to stay, but you would just come to shop and eat and hang out, you know what I mean? And the same for San Myshuno. This is a metropolitan city and it has the metropolitan buildings to go with it. And I love the way the apartments are here. So I don't feel the need to add my own apartments. If anything, I might want to add a restaurant here instead of wasting another space on more apartments. That's just my personal opinion. I know most people don't agree with that. They love the idea of having a built apartment building in San Myshuno to go with the metropolitan apartments, and I totally get that point of view as well. But for me and my personal game style, I wouldn't want to build apartments there. Same with Sulani. I cannot see myself, maybe, possibly, potentially, I might build like a little duplex or something over here or up here, but that would be like the absolute max of what I'd put in Sulani. It's just not the right world for it, in my opinion. And again, places like Willow Creek don't seem like places you'd want to build high-rise apartment buildings in anyways. It's supposed to be more of a smaller not rural. I always want to say rural, but it's not quite a rural town, is it? It's like a not quite a suburb. I don't know. Is there something between a rural town and a suburb? Not really. Oh, maybe a suburban rural town. We'll call it that. So I can't imagine placing a ton of apartment buildings here either. I just don't feel like the town supports that high density housing situation. So you're not probably going to want to place apartments in every single world. Oh yeah, Chestnut Ridge, definitely not an apartment building type of place. Very rural. Definitely not a place you would want to build big, massive skyscraper apartment buildings. So, if you take that into consideration and you take into consideration that most people don't have all of the packs with all of the worlds, 99 units is probably totally fine and maybe even too many. But if you're a completionist like me and you have all of the worlds and you do have little apartment building ideas for the majority of the worlds, it is probably a little disappointing as it was for me. But I'm sure once we get into it and start building with it, we'll get a better feel for what this might look like, and hopefully it won't feel as limiting as it seems right at the moment. Obviously, you can still only have 8 Sims per unit. That's 8 Sims per household. So, regardless of how, when, and where your households are living, there's still always going to be a maximum of 8. Are there loading screens? Yes, there are loading screens between units, just like in San Myshuno. You cannot build high-rise buildings. There's still the 4 floors, wall heights, all that limits. You cannot build on Sulani waterfront lots, penthouse lots in like San Myshuno, or in vacation worlds and hidden lots, which we already talked about. You cannot change apartments in city living or eco lifestyle to the new residential rentals. They are already their own special lot type, and so they cannot be changed. You also cannot build the new residential rental on penthouse lots. Again, they are their own special lot. Okay, so here's an interesting thing. Do new residential rental events happen on apartment lots? We have added maintenance troubles as a new lot challenge that can be placed on any other residential lot. That means any lot where Sims can live, they can have the new maintenance trouble lot challenge. But the maintenance events will only happen by default on residential rentals. So they will happen automatically on residential rental lots, your own built apartment buildings. They will not happen in regular single family houses unless you turn them on. You can own multiple things. So you can own multiple apartment buildings. You can own apartment buildings and businesses like a restaurant or a bakery or a shopping place of some sort. And I assume that that means that you can own multiple businesses and multiple apartment buildings at the same time. Do the water heater AC and AC unit include gameplay? Yes, there is gameplay associated with the water heater, electrical panel, AC unit, and the radiators. Some of these will have additional gameplay when used in conjunction with seasons, so this is exciting for me. I love seasons. It's one of my all-time favorite packs. I just think it adds just that realism to the game that is just so basic and necessary to life that it's a must get. If you're looking to get new packs and you don't have seasons yet, get seasons. The ones I'm most interested in is the AC unit and the radiators. Those will cool and heat your place in the summer and the winter. Right now, if all you have is seasons, your main way of controlling the heating and cooling is through this thermostat right here, and it turns on, off, up, down some invisible furnace and or central air conditioning. You can reportedly also put fans down to keep rooms cool in the summertime. And there are several choices if you have a lot of the different expansion packs. There are a few base game choices as well. And then, of course, as always, fireplaces for keeping it warm in the winter time. There are a few different base game choices, but many, many more if you have all of the packs, obviously. But for now, that's about all you have for temperature control inside your home. Even if you have vampires, the radiator from vampires is just decorative. It doesn't work, as well as any AC units that might have come with other expansion packs. Those are also just decorative pieces, but it will be nice to have multiple different ways of heating and cooling homes in The Sims because, I mean, that's really realistic, right? Okay, let's move on to the next question. Can a unit on a residential rental be a business, venue, or lot type? No, there is no mixed use lots right now. I can see with the addition of this expansion pack how they could potentially work towards getting mixed use lot types in the future, but right now it's either residential lot or community lot. There is no mixed use. The next question is, do Sims become zombies from the mold? No, there are no zombies, and the mold gameplay and new death type are opt-in. You have to assign it as a lot trait to the lot in order for mold to grow there. Now here's some other interesting and for me slightly disappointing news. Will your Sims snoop by themselves? If Sims have the nosy trait, they will observe other Sims but will not find out any secrets. Now this would have been a hugely amazing feature to add to The Sims 4. I believe they had it in The Sims 2, where if one Sim saw another Sim, say, cheating on their husband, they could go and gossip about that to other Sims, and the news could eventually spread around town and give like negative moodlets, a negative reputation or whatever to that Sim that was caught cheating. That would have been so awesome. It definitely a missed opportunity there. But alas, we do not have that. So I wonder, I guess the nosy trait will go hand in hand with this next one then. It's for your active sim, and your active sim can then break into other sims' homes and snoop around and learn secrets that way, but it has to be your active sim. Other sims in the world will not autonomously break into houses, and they don't necessarily steal stuff when they break in. They're just looking for secrets. However, if you have the kleptomaniac trait, you can also steal stuff, but again, that's for your active sim. You will not have other sims breaking into your house and stealing things from you. It has to be your active sim doing that. So they've confirmed how many lots are in the new world. 9 lots. There are 2 20 by 15, 3 20 by 20, 2 of them 30 by 20, 1 30 by 30, and 1 40 by 30. I think that's plenty. I think it's going to be a very dense, tightly packed in world, and you're not going to want or need huge lots to build massive, extravagant apartment buildings. Do secrets and snooping work with any sim on any lot? And we just talked about this. Yes, any sim can find secrets and do snooping and all of that. And they can do that on any lot, but it has to be your active sim that is going around looking for secrets and stuff. Other sims in the world are not going to do that. The animal sanctuary is a rabbit hole. Personally, I was not expecting anything other than that. I've always had things like that are rabbit holes for the most part, and especially in The Sims 4. The fair rides in Cobberdale are rabbit holes, the movie theater in San Sequoia is a rabbit hole, even parts of the nature walk over here are rabbit hole-esque. And then you have the new cave in Chestnut Ridge that is a rabbit hole. It does not lead to a lot. It's just a rabbit hole that your Sims go into, have experiences, and get rewards for. The same goes for Sulani and that rabbit hole cave there. A lot of those types of things are rabbit holes. They've always been rabbit holes. I don't see them being anything other than rabbit holes, like, ever. So I personally was not expecting anything else out of that. I certainly was not expecting more animals. I think they would have shown them to us by now if they were a major part of this pack. But it does sound like your Sims can get rewards and special unlockables for visiting this rabbit hole. So that's still kind of cool that they can get little things for doing these rabbit hole activities, even if you can't join them in those activities. And then the hopscotch and the marbles are predominantly aimed at children, although teens and up can also do the hopscotch. Marbles are basically exclusive to children, which I find a little backwards and weird. If you ask me personally, I would think hopscotch should be limited to maybe teens and children, and marbles should be open to everyone, like a grandparent sitting down on the ground and playing marbles with their grandchildren just seems like such an iconic thing to do, and yet they have it flipped here. I don't know, maybe there's a reason for that that I'm not seeing or understanding, but that's kind of my feeling on that. I'm always glad to get more things that the kids can do regardless, and these will be some cute, fun little activities for them. And like always, the boats and other things are just neighborhood decoration or lot decoration. They are not for use or visiting, which we kind of expected already. So there you have it, a little bit more information. Some of it is still a little bit confusing, I feel like, but it's fine because on Friday they're going to be doing a live stream and I will be reacting to that. I don't know if I'll be doing my own live stream while they're live streaming and reacting to it, or if I will record a video and upload the video of me reacting to the live stream yet. But either way, on Friday, we will go over the live stream together somehow and really get a feel for this pack before it comes out. So come back on Friday for that video. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!